So it's been a while since I made a video, and yeah, I've pretty much had too much to do, and since my GoPro mount failed me, I didn't bother buying a new one, and so I don't have the option of having the mount on me, so I can't actually film. But I did sell the ZX-10R, got this CBR 650, brand new, instead. Looking pretty good. Already switched out the tires and made some mods. So the first and most obvious mod is removing that ugly rear fender thingy. That had to go. Usually I have a solo seat and no passenger pegs. But yeah, I'm not riding solo all the time anymore, so I thought I'd just keep the rear seat for a little while until I'm no longer, or until I'm gonna ride seriously alone. New front screen. That's, if you know, you know. Other than that, it's basically all cosmetics. I've ordered the quick shifter, and I'm also getting the radiator and pipe guards for down here. So this area here will be covered completely, or not covered completely, but yeah. Shocks on this bike is pretty damn impressive. I have reset this once in 5,200 kilometers, and I don't bottom this out. I can probably bottom it out if I really try, but yeah, I'm not really trying. I switched out the tires. These are the Messler M7RRs. I was gonna get the M9RRs, but they were out, so I had to get the first thing available because I was going on track day, and yeah. And the track day ended up being the wettest possible track day, so still haven't done a whole lot with this tire. There's that safety strip. I haven't really pushed this that much. Things I want to do that still hasn't been done. I'm gonna color the pegs and brackets and the exhaust cover. I will probably get new levers, because although you have some adjustability with the brake, you have no adjustability with the clutch. And the clutch is like that much, so you don't really need that far out. I would like it to be like more like this. Other than that, probably color the triple tree there. That will also be black. And if I care enough, I'll do the passenger pegs too, but probably not, because if I'm really going like track days or just going for like solo rides, I'm not gonna have those anyways, so why bother? I'm really impressed by the bike. For normal conditions, normal everyday riding, it's more than enough. It's not a wheelie machine. I'm sure someone can get this thing wheeling like crazy. That person isn't me. I like to keep my wheels on the ground. At least as much as possible. Have done 2 track days with it. First track day I got like maybe 30 minutes, 2 15-minute passes, and then it started pouring down. And I was on the stock tires, and those tires can eat shit. That's the worst tire I've ever had the displeasure of riding. I was riding it on they are the Dunlop, I think it's Sport Smart D214s, aka worst tires in the world. So after like 2 15-minute passes, I was starting to get like the feel of the bike, was gonna try to push a little bit, and it just started pouring down. So after that I realized that those are the most slippery tires in the world. And one of the things you could do was literally, when you had 1 drop of water on the tire, you could just go like this, and even wet this will still have some degree of grip. But those had no grip, and it was scary. I mean, there was nothing I could do. But I passed that and got up. There's like 4 levels of track. There's like it's technically 4, 5, 6, and 7, which 4 is the lowest difficulty, and 7 of course being the pro leagues if you want. So I got up to 5. It was going good ride with the 5, and then like 2 minutes before we started our first pass, started pouring down again. So I had the pleasure of riding another track day in rainy conditions. Of course, this time with the Messler M7RRs. So once it was my turn to be in front, well, the rest was left behind. These tires are fast in adverse conditions. I really wished I had the M9s, which is even better, but these will do the trick. I mean, yeah, stupid fast. Wish I had the M9s. The M9RR are still better, a lot better, but yeah, these were fun. I haven't ridden it a whole lot yet. It's barely been used, so no, don't call me out on the chicken strips quite yet. It's like back and from work for 2 weeks, so not exactly pushing in limits here. Why did I sell the ZX-10R? So why did I sell the ZX-10R? Well, several reasons. First of all, it's a crazy bike. Too much power, and I'm not old enough mentally to ride a bike like that. Second of all, no traction control, no ABS. Especially the non-ABS part was bothering me, because I was riding that bike like fall and spring, and I sold it in June, I think. And I was like, yeah, in June you can have fun with it. In June it's okay. In March, in October, not that fun. Not having ABS or traction control just made me constantly nervous. Nervous about like slippery conditions, about gravel, about too much power out of the corners. Basically just made me nervous. And yeah, I know my limits, and I know that that bike is beyond me at this point in time. I had my license for less than 4 years when I sold the bike, so even though I do practice Moto-Jitsu, well, I used to regularly, I don't have time lately. Bad excuse, I know, but still. Yeah, I'll probably get a 1,000 later again, but for now this is more than enough. What you can do on a 650 you probably shouldn't be doing, even if you're on track. Have no problems keeping up with basically anyone on track with the specific riding I'm doing and with the groups I'm riding. So yeah, there's no point to having anything more. I do highly recommend these though. These are specific for leather suits. You can also get those specifically for non-leather. Obviously me using leathers, I would like the leathers basically, or the leathers version. So these have like little bumps on them that come out with sharp edges in squares, while the the textile versions got like the opposite, so indents instead of bumps. If that makes sense. I don't think anything about that makes sense, but still. Now, on a personal note, I do think this is the best looking front on the modern R-ish bikes. Any kind of R leader bike, 650, 600, 400, whatever. I do think this is the sexiest front. I don't know how well that comes out on camera, but I love how they kept the long lights, not made those dumb center tiny shitty ones that seems to come on every bike these days. I like it when they have like some size to them. There's some presence there. I did almost take off the orange parts on the bike because all the orange is stickers. Also the CBR. This is annoying. You can't see it on camera, but that's red, that's orange. Okay, it sort of comes out. You can kind of see the difference there. I do love the engine colors, but yeah, you can buy that extender for covering this part, and I can see why people do that, because it sort of looked like a half naked bike. You know, in the old days they made the S versions of naked bikes by putting like exactly that much fairing on it. Kind of reminds me of that. I love, like everyone else loves, how they literally can show the pipes on the side of the bike. I do wish they did complete it with that side piece though. So I may be getting that part later. Other than that, the bike looks spectacular. So like last time I tested the M7RRs, I love them. I think this is my third pair of them. And just like the M9s, which I have had 2 sets of, I love them. I can't get enough of the Messlers. So I also did get to try the Road 6s, but there were some issues with them, and the rear tire was very bumpy to the level of where the entire rear was just jumping in and out of corners, in the straight, no matter where it was going. It literally felt like they were stored completely wrong and had a very big flat spot. Now, obviously, I have complained to Michelin or to the distributor of fucking mosquitoes. Okay, fuck this. I'm out of here. So I did get into contact with the distributor of the Michelins, and they said that you have to pump the rear and front tire to 60 plus psi. I asked one of the mechanics, he said he used over 70, so that shouldn't be the problem. Yeah. So I tried them. I love them. They're great for what they were. I only got to use them for like maybe 500 kilometers until I have tried out 3 different rear tires. All 3 had the same problem. So I kind of just gave up and got these instead, which is why I needed a set of tires instantly, because I literally couldn't ride the Michelins anymore. It was painful. It was giving me headaches, no confidence. Every time I touched the rear brake, it would literally kick in the ABS every rotation of the tire. Just completely a mess. So that was the Road 6 tires, and I'm still trying to figure out what was wrong. I still got all 4 tires, 1 front that was perfect, 3 rears that was, all 3 had the same problem. I thought maybe it was my bike. Got these tires on, no problem, they're perfectly circular. The other tires were not circular at all. So you can actually see it. I got it up on a stand and spun them around, and you can literally see the entire tire, like maybe a centimeter or more difference between the lowest point and the tallest point of the tire. But I'll try to make a video about the tires and stuff later. Right now, I'm just gonna keep riding because I've got a tinted sun visor and the sun has gone pretty much down. Later, YouTube.